Wow. Hello, welcome. Welcome in to another spooky stream. No, wait. Welcome to another holly jolly Christmas-filled stream with your barista, your silly little guy, Franken Lerch. Welcome in. Welcome to the coffee shop. Wipe your feet. You know, I just got the floor reupholstered, so please be careful. How's your week been? Today is another lovely Friday, and I have made financial decisions. I'm not going to say that they're good or bad. Most would say they're bad, but I like to think otherwise. Reason why we're here today on this lovely day is because earlier today I was at my local LGS, well, at one of my local LGSs, and they managed to have this little guy right here. They had Whitebeard, not just a regular alt Whitebeard. They had the promo, one of the alts. It's from one of the collections. Hold on, I can probably find the name of it. One Piece. What is it? What were they? They were the four emperors. Four emperors. It was a collector thing, right? It was a collector set, I believe. Let me look at the actual product. Yeah, former Emperor's Championship set at limited cards. Oh, that's yeah. What? It's a premium Bandai thing. Let me see if I can grab the actual leader. Looks like it was just Whitebeard himself. I'll see if I can grab an image and show it on screen of what he looks like, the man himself. Let's see. I wish I had a better version of this. Oh, this looks fine. Ew. Blech. I guess this will do for our needs here. Yeah, it's a JPEG. Okay, good. Now, how easy will it be for me to actually put it onto on here? Let's see. Oh gosh, my phone is in the way. Image. Beep. Okay, and then beep will be you. Ta-da! There he is. And I'll remove him. But this is the Whitebeard I got. It's a little crunchy. It's a little nasty. But I didn't get suckered. I really wanted to play Whitebeard. I've been wanting to play Whitebeard for a while. I just when I got into the game, he was meta. He was meta relevant, and I didn't really want to play the meta at the time. And now that he's irrelevant, this card was pretty cheap. It was like 25 bucks. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pick him up. You know, this is a one-time printing. He looks pretty cool, and maybe in the future he'll be good. Chances are he won't be good. I just wanted to play him because you know, he's a 6 life 6k leader. So I just thought it would be cool. And you know, end of turn, add up to 1 card from your life cards to your hand. That feels like a pretty strong ability. So we're gonna go ahead and delete this if I can remove. Yes, delete beep. So I'm gonna be cooking. I'm gonna be brewing up a list for this potential deck, very likely in the future. I do have a list ready for me. It is from June 30th, 2024, LATAM TCG Online Treasure Cup. So if I had to guess, LATAM is like Latin America. TAM, I don't know what TAM is, but it was a first place list back in 06. And the list still looks pretty solid, so I'm gonna copy it over and I will show you guys what it looks like. Excuse me. Let's see. Import from clipboard. No, that was not it. Copy to, yeah, okay, there we go. And then import from clipboard. There he is. Hello, Mr. Whitebeard in all your glory. And this is like a pretty decent, like this is a decent starting point. Obviously this is back in 06. So clearly there's a lot new cards out. Like there's a whole starter deck now dedicated to him. And it also has the Straw Hat engine. I don't know if I want to do the Straw Hat engine with this right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to gut this. I'm going to start with this and then I'm going to gut it. And then we'll see kind of where we end up. Let me quickly just make sure this is calibrated correctly. There we go. As you can see, we have all like the 010 leaders. I want to do specifically 09, particularly with this little man right here. I want to grab some of his cards and start using him. Start using his pirate crew, the red hair pirates, in this list, and hope that it's good enough. Also, I should ask how's the volume. Also, let me do an audio check. I didn't do that either. Okay, it sounds fine. Let me do a quick audio check, or let me adjust my volumes, because the music seems like it's a little loud. It doesn't seem loud in my ear, but the graphs don't lie. Apparently it is. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. Sorry about that if you had a hard time hearing me. I claim no responsibility for my actions. Anyways, so here we go. Here's Whitebeard. As we just read, add one card from the top of your left to your hand at the end of each turn. There are ways around this. However, that is why he's a 6 life leader. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. And oh, well, I appreciate the follow regardless. Don't know why security bot got you, but you know, it happens. Better luck next time. Let's see. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over the list. This is a list from 06. Clearly we're not gonna stick with this, but we are gonna be talking about it. So obviously we know that the leader, 6k life, or 6 life, 6k body. This is back in 02. This guy was a menace up until probably 05, when he finally got dethroned. And then he's still somewhat relevant. I mean, as you can tell, he got first place back in 06. So like, he stayed relevant for a good long while. I mean, people were dedicated to this man, and good for them. You know, Pops deserves it. But let's read some of the cards and try to like dissect what's going on here. Try to figure out what the man who brewed this up. Who's the lucky fellow who actually topped with this? Jesus Reyes. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate your dedication to our Pops here. You will not be forgotten. I mean, obviously not. You got first place. Congrats on that. That was very cool. Top the treasure cup back in June. What a legend. Anyways, let's go ahead and go through the card by card and dissect what's going on here. So this is Ezo. This is a 5/7 Ezo, no counter, and it has an on-play ability of attach up to 1 Restodon to one of your leaders or your characters. That's pretty good. As we know in 08, or no, in 09, we already know that on-play abilities are not going to be favored, but they're still relevant. And then when your opponent attacks once per turn, you may trash 1 card from your hand. Might be okay with Whitebeard, because we tend to have a pretty big hand size. So if your leader has the Lanawana or Whitebeard Pirates type, give up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 2k power for the turn. Okay, you know what? That's not bad. I can see this. I might end up keeping this at a 2, just because he doesn't have counter. So we'll see how that goes. I've seen this guy a lot in a couple of lists. So Little Orange Jr. is a 6/7, 1k counter once per turn. If this character would be KO'd by an effect, instead, you may trash an event, stage card from your hand, an event or a stage card from your hand. So it's very similar to like the Marco abilities, where Marco can trash a card and come back from the dead, essentially. We have better versions of this card now, so we don't really have to be playing this anymore. So I'll keep it here for now. And then here's the Sanji. I might get the Straw Hat engine from this. We'll see. But Sanji we've read in the past. It's a 2k counter, and it is, you know, add 1 card from your life to your hand. He gets an extra 2k power, plus you give him 2 Rest of Dawn. It's this big old yada yada. Big strong hitter, you know. Unfortunately, he doesn't have rush, so it's not a sneak attack. So your opponent's gonna see this from a mile away. It's mostly just a 2k in hand. Here's your searcher. Nami searches for Straw Hats. Edward Newgate, also Whitebeard, the 9-drop. This is infamous. We've talked about this card a lot in the past. Basically on play, well, actually this is more relevant now that it's in a Whitebeard deck. So up to one of your leaders gain 2k power until the start of your next turn. Then you can add cards from your life to your hands by your card effects during this turn. So obviously you play him down, he buffs your Whitebeard to 8 to 8k, and then he turns off his ability of having to draw a card from your life, which is great. What we want. And then he has attached to Dawn when attacking. Get up to one of your opponent's characters with 3k power or less. That's still pretty good to this day, especially when you start doing like the cost minusing stuff. You start to cost minus things and whatnot. So pretty relevant. A lot of the red hair pirates are also doing a little bit of cost reduction, so this still kind of plays into the strategy that I'm thinking about. But we'll continue on. This is Jozu. Jozu is well, actually, it is relevant here. So it's a 4/4 for 2k counter. Attach one Dawn if you have 2 or less life cards and your leader is Whitebeard Pirates. This character gains Rush. So in most decks, this is just a 2k counter that's searchable by Whitebeard Pirates. But in this deck, he could have the potential of gaining Rush. Not bad, not terrible. Very similar to like oh, what's his name? Frenoske. There's a 2k counter for Frenoske that's purple that has a very similar ability, similar effect, where you probably don't want to be swinging with this, but you can if you want. Porcus the Ace probably will be cutting this as well. This is a 7/7 on play. Give up to 2 of your opponents minus 3k power during this turn. Not bad. And then if your leader is a Whitebeard Pirates, this character gains Rush during this turn. That's worth running. Makino gives your one cost character, one cost red characters, plus 3k power if you rest it. So relevant. Also, it's a 2k counter, but not searchable here. But it's great. Still decent. It makes your your searchers swingable, and obviously your Nico Robin swingable. So still has a place here. Very aggressive. This is a very aggressive, old school aggressive red card. This just got a reprint, so it's great. Marco Blocker, we've talked about him in the past. Trash 1 Whitebeard card from your hand. Then if you have 2 or less life, you return this from your trash rested. Great blocker. Great. Yeah, I like this. There's nothing wrong with them. Usually you want to save them for your last. Like, if you're getting hit by 3 things, you want to save this for your 3rd hit, and then bring them back rested. So that's the plan. Here's your Whitebeard Searcher. Here's your other Marco. Slightly better Marco. Still relevant in the deck. So it's a 5/6, 1k power. Your turn on play. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 3k power or less. Still pretty good. On KO, you may trash 1 event from your hand. Play this character from your trash as rested. Similar thing. This comes back. So these 2 come back. This is a very similar ability, but there's a newer one that kind of does this better. Nico Robin, on play, KO up to one of your opponent's 1k power or less. Pretty good. We talked about her in the past. I'm tempted to keep her because I don't have a deck to use her, but I might end up keeping her. She's also a 1-of, so probably not worth keeping out of 1-of. Here is Luffy, the Monkey D. Luffy. 5/6, Rush. Attach to Dawn. When attacking, your opponent can activate blockers during this turn. This is your finisher. This is a great card to have. Probably at a 2-of, not a 4-of. Radical Beam. If you're at 2 or less life, your character gains plus 4k power for the battle. Great card. And then it has a trigger. Your leader or up to one of your characters gain 1k power during this turn. You probably never want to trigger this. You just want to play it. Your Bad Manners Kicks. This is your 0 cost counter. Never want to leave home without at least 2 of these. Potentially. We might end up keeping these in. We'll see. And then this is your Guard Point. Guard Point is a 1-drop that gives one of your characters or leaders 3k power during the turn or during the battle. And then it has a trigger, similar trigger to Radical Beam. So we're probably going to be cutting these 1-ofs just to get started. I know I'm going to cut this. I will probably cut the Straw Hat Engine all together. I'm probably going to maybe cut Ace. Makino is probably going to go. And I think we're going to keep the shell. I want to bring you up to 2, so I'm going to quickly look for you and bring you back up to 2. There we go. And I'm a little more okay. I want to bring this up to 4. There's no reason not to be running 4 Whitebeards in this list. There's literally no other excuse to be running Whitebeard if you're not going to be putting him in the Whitebeard deck. Where did he go? He's hanging out. I think he's hanging out up here. If this is by set, which I think it is. Yeah, there he is. Okay, bring that up to 4. That's at 4. Yep, that's at 4. Definitely need more 2k counters. Okay, so let's talk about what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to introduce the Red Hair Pirates into the list. I feel like the strategy is a very similar one to Whitebeard. So what I want to do is I want to introduce them to the list. I don't think we're going to be running searchers, but let's read some of these abilities. Since this is coming out in like a week, I want to see if this has legs, So it's a blocker, 5/6, 1k counter. If your opponent has 2 or more characters with original power of 5k or more, draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from your hand. This is not a bad catching up card. We'll think about that. Don't want to do anything with heat. Up to one of your power 4 lower leaders. Yeah, this is primarily for kid. You may place this character upon its owner's deck. Give it to one of your opponent's characters minus 3k during this turn. That could be good. This could be good with Makino. We could bring Makino back and try this out. I don't think I will. Obviously, I think this is a 4 of. If you don't know what Ben Beckman does, I'll quickly read it. It's a 7/7 for 1k power, or 1k counter. On play, trash up to one of your opponent's characters with a power 6k or less. That is... that's good. There's no red deck that doesn't want something like this in their list. So that's obviously a 4 of. And it has 1k counter. Like, it's... Chef's kiss. Like, there's literally no reason not to play this card in red. This just plays another character. Let's see. I think this has red. Yeah, this cares about red hair pirates. That's the character to play. Yasop is probably going to the list. I don't like Yasop. We don't know a lot about Yasop, but what we do know about him, he's not a great character. Terrible father. There better be a damn good reason why this man abandoned his family to become a pirate. I don't think there's going to be. If you want to know my honest opinions, I don't think the red hair pirates are good guys. I mean, obviously they're pirates, but I don't think they're going to be the protagonists. Like, they're not going to be like... They're going to be a lot scummier than we're expecting, as I think what I'm trying to say here. So don't think that any of these characters are redeemable, including Shanks. Very likely Shanks is probably not a redeemable character. He's definitely going to be not an antagonist, but he's definitely going to be somebody. He's probably going to be like a shithead. Like, very likely this guy's just going to be like a dick. That's my predictions, but I don't know. We haven't learned anything about these characters yet. We just started to see a little bit more about some of them. And all we know is that, of course, Yasop is just a deadbeat dad. And Shanks just seems like, just like a... What can you say about Shanks? How do you talk about Shanks without angering the entire fan base and Luffy? He just kind of seems like wasted potential. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but he had everything set up for him, and he's probably the biggest procrastinator that we know of. We don't know his motives, but we know that he's basically, he doesn't do shit. And I think that is a character trait. I don't think that was Oda trying to hide him from the public. I think it is a character trait of Shanks, that he's just a deadbeat, wash up drunk. And his prestige just, you know, like being one of the 4 emperors, I think it's kind of like where he just wanted it, like very similar to Kaido, where Kaido got to the 4 emperors and then he wasn't able to be Joy Boy, so he kind of just pittered out and basically soft retired for until, you know, Onigashima, the incident. So I think Shanks is a very similar character in that sense. He's just a sad drunk who had a lot of potential but did nothing with it. That's my 2 cents on Shanks. I don't know. In fact, like at this point, at this current time, December something 2024, we don't know anything about these characters yet. So take what I say with a grain of salt. There we go. All right, I'm done talking about that stuff. That's enough One Piece stuff. Here is Lime Juice. Lime Juice is a 2k counter. One important characters with power 4. Okay, nah. Let's see. This is Lucky Roo. Lucky Roo is a blocker. Cares about redhead pirates. That's just vanilla body. You, if your leader has 7k, then I want to add one. One Roger, please. I just need one Roger in this deck, and I'll be a happy man. And these are all the new stuff. I feel like we are missing someone here. Are we missing someone from the Red Hair Pirates? No, oh, I actually want to add Wapple. Low-key baller card, honestly. Wapple, I don't like Wapple as a character, but his card is crazy good. 6k, so 6k, 6 cost, 1k counter. Attach 1 Dawn when attacking, give it to one of your opponent's characters minus 2k power during this turn, then give this character plus 2k power until the end of your opponent's next turn. This man is a beast. I don't know what they were smoking when they made this card, but holy moly, you should get your playset when you have the chance. This man, and what is he? He's a rare, so he's decently available. I recommend buying your copies while you have the chance, because this man's a staple in red. I don't care what you say. You can laugh all you want. He's a staple. Rayleigh, I'm not gonna add Rayleigh just because he's really expensive. I'm not buying Rayleighs. Now we can start looking at the current set. Dragon. Dragon's a good generic leader, or good generic boss monster. I'll put him in as just a 2 of, and I'll think about keeping him there or not. I like Baraka? I don't know what her name is. I still don't know what her name is. After all this time, I still don't know who she is. I don't know how to pronounce her name. But she's a 3/4, 1k counter. She's a blocker. Opponents on your opponent's attack once per turn, you may trash 1 card from your hand. Give up to one of your opponents. Give up to one of your leaders or characters 2k power during this battle. So this is like a pseudo 0k counter, but as a blocker. I like this maybe a little bit more than Bad Manners Kicks. It serves double duty. It's a blocker. It has counter. Plus, it can make one of your dead cards into a 2k counter. So I actually might just cut you out and just add 4 you. We could always just use more blockers in general, because I don't think we have a ton. We have you. We have Marco. And we have you. So I think that's going to be enough blockers. Just kind of looking through some of these cards. Trying to see what tickles my funny bone here. I really like this card. You have no idea how much I actually like this card. Like this Robin, oh, chef's kiss, man. I've said in the past, but Oda Cook, man, he knew what he was doing here, and thank God he did. He was fully awake, fully conscious, drawing each line on that woman. So let's see what else. I really like this engine, this Teach and Thatch engine. Well, actually, we gotta start cutting cards because we're over the 50 card limit. I'm just doing one last look around. There's actually some starter deck stuff that we need to look at in a second. So I'm gonna quickly just glance over this stuff and decide on nothing, and then start looking at some of the starter deck. Is the starter deck stuff in here? It should be in here by now. Okay, yeah, here we go. So this is a good card. I've read some of these. So this is the Atmos. This is Atmos. Atmos is a 4/5 1k counter when attacking. If your leader is Edward Newgate, very specific, only in this deck. You cannot add life cards to your hand using your own effects during this turn. I would say this is like a 3 of, maybe. We'll think about it. Just because it has counter, it might be worth adding in. Here's the Baby Edward. This is a 7/8, no counter. On play, give your leader or one of your characters up to 1 rested dawn. That's fine. And then activate main, you may rest this character KO to one of your opponent's characters with 5k power or less. Resting your character is never the greatest idea because then it gives the opportunity for a clapback. So I'm not too high on the Edward Newgate in this list. We'll see. After we do maybe a couple of games, after we do like a game or two, I want to do like a test game, and then I'm gonna, once I feel confident with the list, I'm gonna go to the online battles and see what people are doing. So here is King Do. King Do is a 3/4 1k counter. It's a blocker. Opponent's turn. When this character is KO'd by your opponent's effect, up to one of your leaders gain 2k power during this turn. It's not bad. Do I like it more? I don't think so. I think we're good with that. I'm gonna add this in just because it's a 2k counter. This lets you draw a card from your life and then give a character minus 2k power during the turn. Yeah, I think this is just a good, okay 2k counter. So we'll add it in. Here's Ace. This is actually probably what we might add, this Ace over this Ace. So it's a 5/6 1k counter. If your leader is a Whitebeard Pirates, in its type or included in its type, this character gains Rush, and it has a once per turn. If this character would be removed from play by one of your opponent's effects, instead you may give this character minus 2k power for this turn. So again, very similar to the Marco stuff, but very sticky body. So I would like to play this at 4. I mean, I might cut you out for it. We'll see how that plays out. And then are there any events other than the counter events that I want to be playing in here? I don't think so. There are some new events that are really cool. Like, I don't think they have it on the simulator yet, but there's a new counter event that seems really good. I think it's like Divine Slash. It's Shanks. Shanks doing the Divine Slash, I believe. Something like that. It's a really good event. It's basically going to replace Radical Beam when it comes out. So, okay, let's evaluate this list because we're obviously way over. We're 10 cards over, so stuff has to go. Unfortunate. We're going to keep our 2K counters because we have 2 for how many 2K counters do we actually have? I think we only have 8. It's kind of low, but we're a 6K body, so I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I think we can afford it. I don't know if we can afford a non-counter card. This is going to be better than this. This is going to be just generically good. This is searchable. This is not searchable. Well, I mean, technically this is not searchable, but this is a lot stronger than this. Let's see. Let's see. Do we want to keep Luffy in here? Luffy's great. He's a great finisher. Similar to Dragon, but just better in general. I think that convinced me. Luffy is just going to be better than Dragon. The 2 cards do synergize with each other, but that's about it. Let's see. This is where things get tough. We start cutting hairs at this point. So let's cut that. Actually, can I? No, I can't reverse that, but I think that was an EV card. Yeah. So I'm gonna save this. So this is, we're actually gonna save this as, nope, come on. So we'll save this as a work in progress. And then let's load up regular Whitebeard. So we always have like a return point. So we have a save state of our previous stuff. I might, Atmos, we might come Atmos from this because it's a when attacking ability. Ideally, I would probably want to cut non-Whitebeard cards from the list. You're a good finisher. You're the best finisher. You're a really good finisher. You're a good finisher. So that's a lot of finishers. That's 8, 9 finishers. That might be a little high for finishers. We'll see. I don't know if Luffy fits into our strategy. I'm going to be honest. He might still fit into this strategy, but I feel like we might be heading in a direction that doesn't need him. Because right now we're cutting hairs. We're splitting hairs with this list. And then we have, how many non-counters? We have 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 non-counters, really. Do we need to have so many of you? We might not need you. Or at least we don't need you at 4, potentially. We have a decent blocker. I don't think we have another blocker, though. That's the only problem. It's going to be primarily just rush. Well, it's just going to be like flood the board. Attempt to, at least. I think we might cut you. And then we're going to save this as Whitebeard. And then, how do I feel about this? We have 8, 12, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 31 Whitebeard cards. That's more than enough for a full play set of searchers. We have our Radical Beams. I'm missing those 0 cost counters, but really that's only for like our boss monsters. Like whenever we do end up drawing our boss monsters, that's when it becomes an issue. Ideally, we simply just won't. We'll simply just have the 2K counters in hand. We'll have the hand to defend ourselves. You are up for, you're on the chopping block, but you're a Whitebeard pirate. How many red hair pirates do we have? So we have 8, 10. Only have 10. That's really not that bad. And then we have Wapple. So we're gonna be searching over these cards, and then we're gonna be searching over our Radical Beams. That's rough. Searching over Radical Beam, but I think it's a necessary evil. Let's do a quick test hand. Let's see how this plays out. We're gonna solo versus self. We're gonna do player 1 as this Whitebeard, and then we need something that's just kind of easy to pilot. So I'm gonna do a quick. I'm gonna show you what this list looks like. It's just a turbo list. We have our searcher. We have our Whitebeard. Actually, this is a great hand to keep. So we purposely give our we don't mulligan our opponent's hand just because like we want to give ourselves the best chance to kind of see what we can do. Do we even bother searching at this point? Because we kind of have a decent hand. I don't think we're really missing much other than like 2k counter. We can try to search for a 2k counter. Let's just see what our hand looks like. Oh yeah, yeah, of course we would bottom one of our radical beams. That's fine. So yeah, I had a good gut feeling there. It doesn't really matter what we do here. We're gonna try to just play this a little bit loose, a little bit fast. Can't really do anything for 2 with 1. But now we're at 3. Let's think. Could start swinging in. Start demanding cards. This will require 2k. I think we'll just take that. And then we would just attack. This is where we can counter out with just whatever we have. Doesn't matter too much. Mostly what we're doing, we're just trying to pay attention to the hand here. And oh man, we're already at 4 life. Oh, that's funny. All the pudding has to do is just stall you out. That's great. I think we're on the pudding turn, right? Yeah, we're on the pudding turn. Okay. What can we do with pudding? So pudding's at 3 life. We can flip. We don't have our katakuri. We don't have our 6 drop. So we should be a little bit careful about that. Yeah, let's just go for this. Activate our ability. Of course, there's our katakuri. Whitebeard probably wouldn't want to save that, so we'll just let it go. Do we have anything to play for 4? No, so we're probably just going to swing in with our pudding. Since she's already done her job. She's a 6/6. This will require a 1k counter. Which, are we willing to give something up? I think so. You are great for counter. So we will end it there. So at 5, we can play Marco, or we can play Ace, or we can play Yasop. You can get a little bit of advantage with Marco. And then trash this for counter. Probably should have taken that life, but it's not necessary. We take another card. So we're at 8 cards. This would be great against the blue player. Like, it'd be a great time to drop a pudding at someone, on me at least. So at 7 Dawn, don't have our we don't have our katakuri, so we can't really reliably play this. That's why I have Sanji here. Good card. So we're gonna return to Dawn, do that, and then we're gonna rest this, and then we're just gonna swing in for 7. It's gonna demand a 2k. We have a 2k to offer up. We do. And then don't have a way of buffing pudding here. That's fine. And then I guess at 7k we could probably get Ben Beckman. No, he won't be able to KO this. So at 7k we could buff our leader. We have Radical Beam. You need to start. What does he do? Give up to one of your leader, gain 1k power until next. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Start swinging into that. Is that a card that I think is worth saving? I would say so. Alright. Try to let that go. I probably wouldn't save that. And then we'll keep this up for Radical Beam since it's now active. Now we got a second one. That's nice. Alright, so at 8, what can we do at 8? Not much. Again, this is why you want to mulligan, because sometimes you just get stuck with bum hands like this. Yeah, this is a pretty sad state of affairs for our dear pudding here. Pretty sad when you have to play that out. 7. Crash a 1K counter for that. There we go. So now we're at 9. Now we can start dropping our Whitebeards. There we go. Okay. Just looking at my cards for a second. 2 2Ks, which we do have 2 2Ks, but I think we will just have 6 to 3K. We could throw that, but no. I think we will just take the life. And then we have a 1K to throw at this. We do. At 10, we also don't even have our big bomb, man. This is probably the worst game Pudding has ever played. This is the saddest. This is the sad ending for Pudding. Oh, poor Pudding. It's okay, Pudding. You literally saw the worst hand you could possibly see. I think that's very unfair. That's a very unfair showing of Pudding as well. Let's see. Maybe we can do a Betty. So, I mean, obviously that felt good because our Pudding just basically bricked. Let's see if we can mulligan. Yeah, this is a little bit better. I'm a little happier, but we don't have a whole lot to do early game. And then we'll make Betty keep. Betty can get some bodies down. There we go. So at 3. Let's see. Okay. Just force Betty to take life. It's a trigger. Yeah, this is a free play. Oh, what? Yuria is 5 or less. Oh, I misread that card. That's my bad. Oh well. That's why you gotta read your cards. There we go. At least we got a second chance with them. We have Izuma. Izuma is actually pretty good here. We don't have anything to do with that extra Dawn though. Well, actually, Karasu is better. Ploy. Make it a little easier to start swinging. And then I think no, because we don't have rush yet. Let's see. So we're at 5. Don't have a lot of 6. Maybe we'll play Yasop. It's gonna require 3K. Couldn't we give him 3K? We could. That puts us at a really small hand size. Oh, that doesn't feel great. Still a pretty big body. We could play Inazuma, leader ability, and start swinging in. Yeah, I think we Inazuma activate. Probably gonna trash this one. There we go. And then that gives us 5, puts us at 8, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So this gonna require 3K. We have 3K to give up, kinda. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would require 2K. Do we have 2K? Not really, we don't have a lot of 2K. Do we take this? I think we might have to start taking this. 6-6. This would at least require 1k. Don't want to give up Wapple, but I also don't want to be at 0 life yet. Oh, yeah. Betty's really good at rushing down. Okay, we're at 7. We need to play a 6k. Oh, we don't have a 6 drop. So I think we start swinging at the board then. So we have 6 on. We can give 3. So he is going to do up to one of your opponent's characters, get minus 1k during this turn. Make it harder for that to be saved. I mean, wouldn't even be able to save it anyways. Start getting rid of these bodies. And then leave something up for Radical Beam. We're at 8. So then we don't have Revolutionary Armor cards to throw. Or no, we can't. So 5, 6, 7. I think. So it's going to be a Radical Beam. And then it's going to be a 1-drop, 1k. I had that, whatever. Yeah, it's the best we can do. So an 8-drop. Actually, this is, oh, that's right. Could we go for, no, we're nowhere near life. Ooh, do we want to trigger this? No, we don't want to trigger this. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna end the turn there. So now we're at 10. Okay, this is where the tides turn. So obviously I think now we've managed to outlast Bello Betty here. Yeah, I don't think there's a way for us to, there's not a way for them to recover from this. We can attempt, but it's not really gonna help a lot. No, yeah, actually we could push for game. This is actually great. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 9 Dawn. Can we divide that up against 3 or 8? No, it'd be like 3. Yeah, it'd be like 3 each. So 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 3k counter. That would eat up my Radical Beam. Oh. Oh yeah, no, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's going to require... Oh wait, what happened to my... That's right, I played... I forgot I had played Newgate this turn. Yeah, I'm going to have to take that hit. Alright. I mean, you managed to survive. Shocking. I just managed to play myself worse. That's fine though. Yeah, I have to resolve that. There's no way. Oh, I had a touchdown. That's fine. Yeah, that has to get resolved. And then these are probably going to be more iffy. If I didn't know my opponent's hand, would I swing in? Let's see, so it would only take 6. It would take 2 2Ks. Would I think my opponent has 2 2Ks in hand? I know, because I'm playing against myself, I know I have the counter in hand. But against an opponent, would I know I have the exact counter in hand? Because this is where it gets a little bit unfair. This is where it starts getting a little unfair. I think if I was playing without knowing my opponent's hand, I would probably start going in. Let's give myself the benefit of a doubt and assume that I would not risk it and instead just go for board. I could save this, but I'm not going to. So we have searchers. This is where I would push for game for sure. Yeah. So right now we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $3K counter. I don't even have open dawn because I played Shanks. I mean, do I have it? I have it there. Yeah, this would be game already. Yeah, okay. Bella Betty's hard. So let's see. Is there another matchup? What did I feel like? How did I feel about my... The deck felt good. Let me look at it again. Again, this card just felt like something I just wanted to throw away more often than not. It is helpful. If I don't want to draw my life early, this is helpful. What would I want in place of this? If I were to get rid of Atmos, who would I want in his place? Let's see. Would more blockers help? Maybe. Maybe more blockers is better. I'm also nervous about searching because I'm worried about searching over like key pieces. Like, I'm definitely worried about if I start searching, I'm gonna just bust over these cards, which is not the end of the world. I think I need to be more brave about searching in my deck. Mostly because I don't want to search over these cards. Obviously, Dawn management, I think, was one of my biggest downfalls. Obviously, when I needed Radical Beam, I didn't have access to Radical Beam. What's a good way to counter this? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut Atmos and I'm going to add that blocker back in. As soon as we get the red cards in. I believe, what was she? She was like 07. She's around here somewhere. I think. She's close. I can feel it in me bones. There she is. And then we'll save that and see how that feels. So we're going from what, 31 to like 28? Yeah, 28. 28 Whitebeards. That makes Ezo a little bit more rough to search out. I think I should be not that scared to search out with Ezo. Shouldn't be too scared to search out with Ezo. I think this is going to be good. I think this is a good swap. Because then again, it does the same exact thing as Atmos was doing. This is just a 1K counter I can just throw away. And it's a blocker that I can just throw out a character. And once in a while, it can save me from using a Radical Beam. Like, because I noticed like my Radical Beams, I did not Dawn manage very well. I was like using all my Dawn and I was just not able to save up for Radical Beam. So that felt rough. All right, let's get out of here. And let's not pussyfoot around. Let's get into the multiplayer stuff. Try to get a few games in. See if this is gonna be worth the salt. If my deck building is up to the task. We're gonna do a quick join and just see how things go. Again, disclaimers, just casual, not new. Oh, great. All right, I'm gonna keep this. So we're at 1. I need to be more brave with my searches. I have a 2K counter. I have this. I might just grab that again, turn to the deck. Let's see what Shanks does. I fought Shanks once in the past. So we're at 3. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Let's just make him take life. There you go. Yeah, I know this one on KO does stuff. Yeah, okay. So we're at 5. Can play a blocker. So come on, throw your blocker at it. There you go. So now we're at 7. What can we do at 7? Could play you. What do you do? This is the one that bounces back. So 7. I would have to start minusing this, which I don't have anything to minus. Not yet, at least. Okay. There you go. You got 7 cards, man. You gotta start working for it. All right. There you go. We got Radical Beam now. Won't need it. Yeah, that's gonna get rid of Yasop, I bet. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, sorry, buddy. I think you might have. I think he passed his turn a little too early. He's at 10. He's probably gonna play. Yeah, his 10 drop. That's fine though. So now we're at 10. We can start dropping our Whitebeards, more Whitebeards. Got 9 cards in hand. There you go. How do you want to handle this? Interesting. There you go. All right. I guess we can. See what happens here. Okay, we won't be able to play our. Okay. Yes. All right. So now he's at 10. See if he drops another Shanks. Okay. 8-8. There you go. He could really go for game now. That's kind of rough. Okay, let's resolve. I think I will let that resolve. So let's see if we can get that. There we go. Yeah, let's do a rematch. We'll just run it back. This is good practice. We'll mulligan this. I don't have what is up with this guy? We have 3. Let's see. All right, come on. Here you go, buddy. So we're at 5. Let's see, can we counter out of this? We can. Okay. Oh, I see, I see. All right, I mean... No, I can't be taking life. So we're at 7. What can we do for 7? For 7, we could play Ben Beckman. We are getting close to our pretty low life, but we do have our Whitebeards. Yeah. All right. We got a Radical Beam as well. We're set. Ooh, Rayleigh. Rayleigh, it's going to be trash an event from your hand. I don't want to really get rid of... I might use this. There we go. Kind of give him a target to go after. All right, so we're at 9. We got another Radical Beam, so we're good. I guess we start dropping our Whitebeards. It's going to be risky because we're at 2. Okay, so we're at 5. There we go. Now he's at 10. There we go. It's 5 at 5. I think I'm going to let that resolve. Get rid of another radical beam. I'll let that resolve. Let's see. Yeah, that I'm gonna let resolve. There we go. So now we're at 10. I think we're good to drop another one. Let's see. So we're at 6, 7, 8. Yeah. He'll probably try to save this. All right, and then we will end the turn there. Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5. All right. 8, 12. It's gonna be another 5. So we're at 10. Let's see. Can we drop them? Okay, we can't drop them. We might be able to drop them. Let's see. If we don't drop them, we got a blocker. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just see what happens. There we go. That's another GG. Thank you, friend. That was good. Okay. I feel pretty good about that. Oh well. What are we at? We're at, oh, we're just at the hour. So let's take a look at the deck. If you're interested, obviously maybe our Shanks player wasn't that great at playing, but we did have a semi-demanding board. Like Whitebeard, the strategy of Whitebeard still has not changed to this very day. Just swing face, force them to have it. If they don't have it, you win the game basically. So yeah, that was fun. I really, okay, so I'm liking this deck. It's the price is probably not that bad. These Shanks I don't think are gonna be that expensive. I don't think anything in here is really gonna be that gonna be that expensive. I think I might be able to put this together. If I can put this together, I'm gonna make a video about it. Obviously, this is gonna be after the release of 08 or 09. So we're gonna be buying these cards right here. But everything else, like everything over here, I should be able to pick up on my own. It should be like maybe like $50. I mean, I'm being a little facetious. That's you know, that's a rough guesstimation. But I have a good chunk of these cards, and I don't imagine these cards are going to be all that expensive. So I'm expecting at a minimum $50. This could be maybe a little bit more. These cards I know are going to be a little bit expensive. Like these are definitely going to be around 10, like $5, like $5 generous. This is probably going to be 20. I don't imagine this going below 20 or above 20 really. And these are going to be relatively cheap. Like these didn't do a whole lot in the deck, but they were fun to play out. They were good to play out. So I did enjoy it. So, yeah, I feel pretty good about that. So you know what? I actually feel pretty good about buying Whitebeard. He's still a menace in the format. If those 2 games weren't enough, because we did like a few test games, and then we did 2 games with the same Shanks player. Again, might not be the best, like not by, what am I trying to say here? He might not have been the best example of a Shanks player, but it, like at the very least, I think this list could do very good at locals. if you want to attempt to bring this out of regionals or like any kind of tournament, I would say, I don't know. People already know what Whitebeard does. And it's more of like a skill check, I think. Very similar to Nami, where Nami is more of a skill check of the player. Whitebeard, I feel like, is a skill check of your knowledge of the game. How do you deal with Whitebeard? How do you deal with his oppression? And what can you do about it? How do you combat a 6K body that is constantly drawing cards? That's where things get a little rough. But even, let me look at the, hold on, we'll get back to the game. Let me see my on-play abilities. How many on-plays? So I have 1, 2, I mean, this one really doesn't count. 3, let's see, 4, 5, 6, kind of 6. 6 out of what, the 14 cards I have in here, 14, 15 cards. I think this could probably do okay against Blackbeard. There's like really, this is going to be the only card that your Blackbeard opponent is going to care about. So at 9 Dawn, your Blackbeard is going to be using his ability, trying to turn this off, which then is going to suck because then you're just going to keep taking life, and that's not going to feel good. So I think the Blackbeard matchup is going to be the worst one, just because he's going to turn off Newgate. That's when you can probably arguably put Atmos back in here. If you end up seeing a lot of Blackbeards, I would probably put Atmos here, because I think Atmos is when attacking, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Where is Atmos? Atmos is probably hanging out somewhere down here. Where are you, Atmos? I know you're here. Yeah, here he is, Atmos. Yeah, it's when attacking. So, yeah, I would say like if you think Blackbeard is gonna be meta relevant, like if you think he's gonna be in your locals and in your tournaments a lot, I'd probably just cut this out for your Atmos, because it's a when attacking, so your opponent can't. Your Blackbeard opponent won't be able to turn this off. He is going to be able to turn off your Whitebeard, which is kind of the issue, because Whitebeard pops up at exactly 2 Dawn. Like when you have 2 life, you can play your Newgate, and that makes Whitebeard just almost untouchable. So we'll see. We'll see. I need to play this against Blackbeard. I don't know how to play back Blackbeard, and I don't know how to like fish for players. I might get this like printed, and then I might end up just trying to see what happens. I'll probably print this out, play this at locals, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple of people playing Blackbeard at my locals, so I'll see how this goes up against them. But yeah, I'm genuinely happy. I really never played Wapple out. Wapple's going to be good against Blackbeard, because he has a when attacking ability. He's a big hit. He's a big body that you got to be worried about. So the list might be okay. I would just be worried about this ability. This will probably bite you in the butt if you're going up against a Blackbeard. Everyone else seems to be okay. I mean, if Shanks is going to be the meta, the top meta deck, then Newgate can handle it, which is good. Because then, what is your worst matchup? Lucci? Yeah, I think Lucci would be pretty bad against this. Or I think this would be bad against Lucci, because realistically, I was only playing like maybe 1 body a turn. It was more of a tempo play. So against Lucci just eats tempo decks up for breakfast. So against a tempo deck, I don't think Whitebeard, or against Lucci or a black removal deck, I don't think Whitebeard can handle it. So yeah, this is good. I mean, Whitebeard's still doing Whitebeard stuff, but I'm glad. I made a list that I think is pretty good. I like the list. I think it'll be great for locals, and it won't cost me that much, I don't imagine. So I'll make a video about it later on. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Appreciate you spending time with me, as always. We're gonna go ahead and head out. We're gonna go ahead and lock up, so you better rush out before I lock you in. You know, use the bathroom while you can. Make sure to clean it after you're done using it. I already cleaned it, so, you know, it's your job to clean it now. All right, anyways, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you here. Next week, I don't know what we're gonna do actually. I don't think we're gonna go back to Mystery Dungeon. Mystery Dungeon was, it was just, it didn't capture my attention. I'll be real. So I'm gonna pass up on Mystery Dungeon. I think, I don't know. I gotta find something else to play. I'll find something else to play. I don't know what yet, but we'll see. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and love you, leave you here, and until next time, goodbye, 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 bye, 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 bye.